Hello, guys. Welcome to this live broadcast. Welcome to Workouts for Older Men Live. I'm Skip LaCour. I'm so glad you're here today. When you come on to this live broadcast, make sure that you say hello. Tell me where you're watching me from. Hello, Irfan, James. Good to have you guys here. Tell me where you're watching me from. Tell me what you're loving about these Workouts for Older Men Live shows. Our connection, just two men going through the journey of life. I'm so glad you're here. Doesn't matter if you're watching me in a replay version. Vast majority of driven, ambitious men just like you watch it in the replay version. Doesn't matter if you're watching me on Facebook, and that's at Skip LaCour page, or on my YouTube channel at Skip LaCour, and Twitter, Periscope, Instagram, LinkedIn. However you got here, I'm so glad you're here. Post your comments, your questions, your suggestions down below. In this video, I want to talk to you if you're an older man. You've got a busy, productive life. You look great. You put the effort into the gym and your eating habits. You look far, far better than the men your age, right? They admire you, you respect and appreciate what you've done. It's just that you have this stubborn body fat. Again, you look so much better than the other men your age. But the challenge is they're not even working out. They don't have your dedication. They don't watch what they eat. They admire you. Again, you respect. You appreciate what you've accomplished. But you want to look a little bit more like me, right? Putting in this time and effort. So you're in this place where you just want to lose the stubborn body fat. And I talk to so many men just like you. I know how you're feeling. It's very common, right? You're in that no man's place, right? You're not looking as close to looking, here I am at 56 years old. You're not as close as you want to be to look like me, but you've distanced yourself from all the men who are your age. Again, they don't work out though. How do you get closer to me and distance yourself more from those other men? You got this stubborn body fat, right? You're working out all the time. You're watching what you eat. I want to give you some tips when it comes to nutrition and training, right? So you can lose that stubborn body fat, right? That's what I want to talk about in today's show, right? There's a lot of men, again, their arms look good, legs look good, right? Just right around the midsection, maybe some other stubborn places. Love handles, right? Certainly the stomach, maybe got a little bit of the man boobs there, right? The stubborn fat. And they're watching their diet. Well, let me just tell you a couple things. Here's some things that you need to remember, all right? To lose that stubborn body fat, it's not going to come from your weight training in the gym. Weight training, progressive overload, that's to build the muscle. And I don't care how many reps you do, and I don't care how quickly you go from one set to the other, one exercise to the other, just speed up the workout, right? In theory, that's going to tax you more, burn more calories, but it's not going to be significant enough to lose that stubborn body fat, right? It's not going to come from your training habits. And you've heard this. Again, I know you're dedicated. Again, you're older, you're busy. Take this seriously. Take your family seriously, your business seriously, and you've come over to fitness, whether you used to do it a long time ago and now you're making it more of a priority again, or maybe it's for the first time, all right? You're a smart guy, all right? It's just cracking the code, and that's what I want to help you do to understand how do you lose that stubborn body fat, right? So it's not going to come from the weight training. You've heard that's 80% nutrition and 20% training. I'll tell you, I've heard that so many times in my 30 years of fitness, but it isn't until I start taking more and more responsibility in life, right? Things that I didn't worry about when I was a competitive bodybuilder, and how the different approach to my training, right, to fit everything in, right, not just be extreme like a lot of the passionate fitness experts. That's their entire lifestyle, and those are the ones giving the strategy. So that I really understood that 80-20, 80% nutrition, 20% training. right? You hear that. In the past, what I did is I gave 100% to my training and 100% to my nutrition. So when you're giving your all to everything, you really can't differentiate. There's a saying that says, if everything is important, then nothing is, right? So that statement is so true, and I know you hear it a lot about how important nutrition is to the way you look, especially losing that stubborn body fat. But just this interesting thing, we still don't weigh enough on the nutrition. Let me tell you the biggest mistakes, the things that you overlook. Many times when you're older, you look better than most, but you have that stubborn body fat, right? You need to understand that most of the eating strategies are not designed for you, right? You look good enough, right? The strategy is going to help you at this age. You're already healthy, you're already fit, you just have that stubborn body fat. They're not going to apply to you. They're for men your age who don't even work out, don't even think about it, 20, 30, 40 pounds overweight, right? That's where most of the strategies are. I'm just throwing this number out here, but 90%, right? The rest of it is for the extreme athlete, where they're talking about protein synthesis and all these little details that don't apply to you. So you got to understand you're in a very special group. If the fitness experts, they created information just for you, they'd go broke because you're in a very select group, and you need to understand that. When you're older, you're in shape, you look better than most, right? So most of the information is for those men your age that are, again, 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds overweight. And what those calculators on the internet are going to do, they're always going to say, oh, okay, your metabolic rate is whatever, 3,000, 2,700. And they're all going to generally create a deficit that really overweight guy your age, right, that he can sustain life on, but create a deficit because that guy needs to get results right away. They can't give a eating plan that is going to be slow and sustainable and just be patient. You'll get the results over time. They can't do that. They won't do that because most of those guys, they'll just quit on their diet if they don't see results in 1 week or 2 weeks. So if you really think about it, most of them, the calculators on the internet will do a diet plan that's about 2,000 calories, maybe 1,900, maybe 2,100. Because I don't care who you are, man, woman, child, you really shouldn't be eating under 2,000 calories, right, to be healthy, to sustain life, right? So a lot of the men who I talk to who have that stubborn body fat, they're eating around 2,000 calories with their activity level, with the amount of muscle that they've gained. I'm telling you, you're going to lose the easy fat, and you're never going to get the stubborn fat eating so few calories. The overriding principle that you need to understand in the situation that you're in is you have to eat as many calories as humanly possible while you're measuring yourself, right, while you're watching it, that you gradually lose body fat over time, right? I know it's counterintuitive, right? Most of the men who come to me, they look good, they work out consistently, they watch what they're eating, but they have that stubborn body fat. They're just eating too few calories, right? Here's another thing they need to understand is about the weight on the scale. Now, you hear so many things, and again, a lot of the information is geared towards those men who are 50 pounds overweight, and they'll say, don't weigh yourself. Don't weigh yourself because it'll just throw you off on your mind. The body carries water and those type of things. If you're in this select group of men, you're really putting in your effort, you're watching your diet, I say to weigh yourself every day, and not just every day, in the morning and at nighttime, all right? You probably know this, that you're going to weigh your lightest in the morning, all right, and you're going to weigh more at night, all right? I want you to get used to those fluctuations because I want you to know that isn't because, oh, I'm up 3 pounds or whatever it may be. It's not because your diet, it's not because of your training, not doing enough cardio. A lot of men, when they see those fluctuations in weight, they think they've got the wrong training program. Maybe I'm overtraining. Maybe I should do more volume, less volume, or whatever. It's not in, those fluctuations are not in your training. All right? They're not even in your cardio strategy. Those are just natural fluctuations in weight. Could be amount of carbohydrates, how much fluid is in the muscles, not the bad water weight, and that fluctuates, right? And I want you to do that every day while you're eating more food so you can see those fluctuations, they come and go. So after a couple weeks of weighing yourself in the morning and night, you'll understand how this all works. Because the worst thing you can do is just feel so uncertain with your eating plan on your diet because of those fluctuations. I'm going to force you to get on the scale in the morning and at the night so you just see and you withstand them, right? So a lot of guys, what they'll do is they'll say, well, I only weigh myself every 3 days or something like that. Well, you know, you're under the same risk because depending on how you hit it, that day might be a light day, how much food's in your system, these factors that have nothing to do with how much body fat you have or your training program or your cardio training program, you just might hit it on a bad day or an especially good day 3 days later, and that will throw you off. You might be on the scale and be 3 pounds down when you weigh yourself 3 days later, and you might think, wow, you know, my training program is really working well, I'm 3 pounds down, or my cardio. That's not necessarily true, and you have to see that measured over time, right? So that's really important, all right? Here's the other thing. You could be 3 pounds down and you went off your training program. You cheated on your diet, and you might trick yourself into believing, well, it was me lightening up in my training or me eating those couple pizzas that tricked my body to lose 3 pounds of body fat. None of that is true, right? So for you, these are strategies. Again, these aren't just for everyday guys who aren't putting in the effort. This is for you if you're a little bit older, you got a busy life, and you are really dedicated to your fitness. You put in the work, and you just can't get rid of this stubborn body fat. You're not going to hear this type of information just all over, and if you do, it's going to be hidden in between all the other things that confuse you because you are in a select group. Like I said, you've distanced yourself from the men your age. You look so much better, right? But you just want to get closer to where I am, all right? So I've got that and a lot more dieting tips, eating tips for you that's going to help you really get to that next level when you're a little bit older, busy, productive life, and you just can't lose that stubborn body fat. All right, hey guys, I want you to go to skiplacour.com/goals. skiplacour.com/goals. I'm giving away 10. I might even do more of these goal setting sessions. The first of the year is coming up. You're going to be triggered, and you're going to be it's going to be brought to your attention. Everybody's setting New Year's resolutions. I think it's a good time to reset and think about what you've done in the past, what you need to do in the future. I want to be your coach and your friend. I want to take you through a 90-minute goal-setting session. I'm going to record the call, get you clear and focused why you want to lose that body fat, why you want to take your body to the next level, get you really clear emotionally, prepare you for the obstacles that are going to stand in your way. Just get really clear and focused. Again, I'm going to give 10 of those away. I've already given away a couple of them. All right, so go to skiplacour.com/goals. Just fill it out, play all out. I may connect with you anyway, even if you don't win one of these free goal-setting sessions. Again, go to skiplacour.com/goals. All right, I'm going to take a few minutes to connect with you, say hello, answer any questions that you might have, so post those down below. Good morning, Robert. Good to have you here. Aldo is from Connecticut. Good to have you here. James. I know I just killed my great day, but I don't eat. I found the next day I'm stuck in low gear, self-sabotaging point. James, go to skiplacour.com/goals if you feel you're self-sabotaging yourself. If you feel as though you're not consistent, a lot of times it's not connected to why all of this is so important for you, why you must follow through, right? All the benefits, they're just not clear enough, and all the pain that you want to avoid. Maybe you just got to get healthy. You're sick and tired of the way you look. You got to be healthy for your family, right? Maybe you even had some health concerns, right? Sometimes we soften that pain, and we just aren't clear emotionally to why we must follow through with things we know we should do, right? So go to skiplacour.com/goals, fill that out, you could win one of these goal setting sessions with me. I tell you, I will get you clear. I will get you connected. This recording, this coaching call will be recorded so you can listen to it over and over and over again. So a couple weeks from now, a couple months from now, you can't get yourself going. You'll hear our coaching session, our conversation while you're doing cardio, while you're going for a walk, and it'll put you back in that state of power, clarity, that imagination, focus, right? So if you're listening to me right now, you respected what I've done, you appreciate these live broadcasts, take action, right? I really love the connection. I love you guys saying hello and visiting these broadcasts, but what I really want for you is to take action. I want to help you with this mindset. Like I said, the head, the heart, the gut when it comes to your fitness. Now is the time to finally take control of this, all right? To take it from just better than most, like I said, those other men your age who you're just doing so much better than, but they're not even working out, right? You look better than, but I want to get you closer to where I am. That's where you want. That's where you're trying to crack the code. It's going to start with that mindset. It's going to start with the goal setting session. So if you're listening to this broadcast, take action. Go to skiplacour.com/goals. Fill out the questionnaire. Tell me about where you are, where you want to be. I want to help you. Play all out when you fill out that questionnaire. Irfan, great topic, Skip. Awesome presentation. Thank you so much. Explanation. Thank you, Irfan. Irfan is a very well-established personal trainer, so I appreciate the validation, Irfan. Paul Smith, good to have you here. John is watching. All right, let's see, who do we have here? Yeah, make sure you fill that out, James, and everyone listening. I've been love and respect from Pakistan. I'm so glad you are here, sir. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I've got guys, right? I love to connect, to give you a little bit. You know how passionate I am about this. So, James says, great topic and insight. I could talk about this for days, right? I come on here, I want to come to you. As you can tell, I'm passionate, I'm excited. Even if I'm fighting a little bit of cold, I got to come to you, right? I'm just so passionate about helping you, right? When I get on here, I'm thinking, well, let me just do a short little connection for 5 or so minutes. And I'm telling you, I just get caught up. 5 minutes feels like 5 seconds to me. I can go on and on and on about this topic of nutrition, especially how it relates to older men with busy, productive lives. So I'm going to continue to come to you a little bit every day because I'll tell you this nutrition, this body fat level, it's throwing you guys off. Not just with the eating, because many of you will admit, well, I don't put enough attention to my eating habits. I'm not certain enough with it. You know that, but I'm telling you, it's throwing off your training too, because you're not seeing the muscle development because it's covered by fat. And you're bouncing from one training strategy to the others, and I'm telling you, your training strategy is probably working for you. And I'll tell you, this is no fun with so much uncertainty, and I don't think I have to tell you that. Just can't crack the code. I want to help you do that again. Go to skiplacour.com/goals. I want to bring this passion and energy specifically to you, all right? I love this general broadcasting, but I really want to help you specifically create change in life, crack the code. All right. Pete, good morning. Mike is here. Ron, good morning. That's you. Yeah, so many guys, James. Just that extra body fat doesn't seem anything you do with your training, your eating, just can't crack it. You think it's just because you're old. You could get a six-pack. I don't care if you're 55, 60 years old, 45. You can get a six-pack. It's just about cracking the code. I want to help you do that. Hello, Gary from Indiana. Pamela is here. Mark, Andres, Devandra, Irfan. All right, guys, let's see. I want to make sure I acknowledge you all for here. All right, guys. James, WNBF Pro, good to have you here. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for today's workout for older men live broadcast. Again, I could talk to you for hours, right? Minutes. Hours seem like minutes when I talk about this. I want to help you. Again, go to skiplacour.com/goals. God, if you're a little bit older, we got more time behind us. than we do in front of us. So you have to live with a sense of urgency. Take on the day with a sense of urgency. I mean, that means producing for your family, your business, your career. You got to produce. You got to lead with a sense of urgency. All right? You got to take on your working out, your training, your eating, that fitness lifestyle with a sense of urgency. This is the best body at the best time we have left. Sense of urgency. You also got to love, connect, right, with those people you care about with a sense of urgency. We got more time behind us than we do in front of us. Got to do that. All right, so have a great day. Have an outstanding day. Have an awesome day. Think big and think bigger than getting bigger.